Good evening, everyone. Give me a little thumbs up if you can hear okay. Super to join you all this evening. Welcome to Life Lifter Showcase. And every month we are running a showcase where we are shining a light on the great work that's being done by people around the world, sharing goal mapping and the other related techniques to help lift lives. And here in the monthly Life Lifter Showcase, we are focusing on different coaches every month. I'm going to bring on the PowerPoint presentation and just start to move through the information. Still see me okay? Okay. So I started teaching goal mapping in 1995. Can't see the PowerPoint. Let me just go back here. Maybe I haven't done the screen share correctly. See the PowerPoint now? Okay. So I started teaching goal mapping in 1995. And although my picture and me have changed many times over the years, the message has stayed consistent. You create your own reality with the thoughts that you think, both in yourself and in your life. Tonight, particularly poignant for the Life Lifter community, because this presentation is in respect of a dear friend, Stefan, who sadly passed recently, and in fact just today, myself and Vicky at his funeral, and so we're presenting this workshop from our hotel in Sweden, where Stefan lived, and very pleased to have his wife with us tonight as well, who's joined the community, Marie-Louise. And Stefan was such a leading light for some years within the goal mapping community, and he really embodied the principles of goal mapping and the life lifting community. The three key principles are to inform, inspire, and empower. And Stefan was always there to help either new coaches join in the community or existing people with information, inspiration, and empowerment. And it's been our goal over many years to supply the materials, the resources, and the help for anyone who joins the community. Wherever they are in the world, we have people from more than 30 countries and of all ages. In fact, we were counting up the countries on the way here, myself and Vicky, and with something like 35 different countries now represented around the world, where people are teaching goal mapping. And over the years, a whole raft of products being created. These are just some of the books by me. There are other books being written by goal mapping from other people as well. Many presentations. This one again here in Sweden, and Stefan and Marie-Louise right there in the front row of this group of people at a forever living presentation. The thing that is helping the most people and reaching out around the world is goal mapping online. And with goal mapping online, not only can you create your goal maps, life maps, action maps in digital format, which is so much more powerful than doing just on paper, but you can also access the Personal Development Center, where you can watch video, and we'll be covering the information in this video later tonight, the winds of change, as well as at the click of a button, updating your goal map, creating action plans, and accessing other personal development tools. Life is many different things, but one thing we can say for sure is that life is a path. none of us know how long the path will be, of course. Sometimes it's a short path in life. For other people, it's a long path in life. And my path has been a little unusual. I was born into a traveling funfair family. I didn't go to school very much. And so when my personal development journey started, as with many people, it actually started with a big crash in my life. And at the beginning of my personal development journey, I was £1 million in debt way back in 1993. And my home had been repossessed. I had no qualifications. My marriage had also crashed. I couldn't even read or write properly. And it was at this seemingly dark time that I had an amazing shift in my fortunes by meeting an inspirational life coach. My family for many generations have been involved in circus and funfair. This is my great-grandfather with his amusements, and my grandfather with my father as a young boy sat on the steps of their travelling wagon. This is my father's funfair, and this was the life I was born into, travelling around with the funfairs. I never went to school very much. I have dyslexia, so I found the academic side of learning particularly difficult. I never learnt to read and write. And when I was a child, I left school just before I was 13, worked full-time with my father in the family business. And then at 18, I took the family business in a different direction, and I become the youngest person in England to be given a license to open a disco, dance club, which I run for 13 years, and it became incredibly popular. It was in many magazines. We had pop stars and celebrities joining, and it was very successful until it wasn't. And after 13 years, the business came to an end, mostly because of the end of tourism, where I was living on the Isle of Wight. In the late 1980s, early 90s, people started taking their main summer holiday in the Mediterranean, not in England. And so the family business went out of business. And at age 29, I found myself in a really difficult, dark situation with a lot of debt and not knowing which way I would go. The turning point for me was that I met a pioneering, inspirational life coach who helped me learn the simple science of positive thinking, which in turn helped me to turn my life around. And for many years now, I've been traveling the world, sharing the science of positive thinking and the science of goal setting. And around about 5 million people, a little more, have received the goal mapping system, and over 1 million children. Here's one of my goal maps. This is my purpose goal map. And in the very center is my main purpose, which is to help reach 7 million people, to lift 7 million lives. I'm a little more than 5 million, and I'm determined in the years that I have left, I will reach another couple of million and achieve my main goal. I want to help people in different areas of life, in family groups and community, health and well-being, career achievement, and academic success. Why? Well, to help people have more freedom, to help what I can do to make the world a better place, and simply because I love doing it. I think there's no more fantastic feeling than helping someone achieve their goals. I started the goal actually in 1999, and this is the third goal map that I created, and so it's showing a date of 08. And my target date is 23, end of this year. Not sure I'll achieve it by the end of this year, but as with many goals, if it's a good goal, sometimes you just need to reset the goal and give more time. How am I doing it? Well, I've written many books and audios and videos. and they're helping a lot of people around the world. I'm traveling every week somewhere, making presentations, last week in Ireland. But it is actually the amazing community of people who have chosen to become certified in goal mapping and to teach the system, many of them in their own way, combining it with their own coaching and training, that is really making the big difference around the world. And there are now 1,533 people that become certified in goal mapping and the other related techniques. And the youngest is just 14, the oldest is in her 80s. And they come from all walks of life, all backgrounds, and many different countries, as you can see here on the screen. Goal mapping is both a mindset workshop as well as a simple 7-step process that helps you map out your goals in words and pictures, so that in turn it helps you to activate both sides of your brain. And together, the mindset training and the simple technique create a sustainable system for success. Lasting success is sustainable. People are using goal mapping in all areas of life. Big business, small business, businesses of all types. Some of the more famous names here on the screen, such as Microsoft, Siemens, Disney, Coca-Cola, Barclays Bank. But the thing that maybe is the most pleasing for me are the many students around the world, primary school children, secondary school, university, and graduate students, even in graduate programs, creating goal maps to increase their grades and aim for a brighter future. Here, this group of students from Italy going through the program. Here in Nigeria, I could show country after country where people are sharing goal mapping and helping young people find their way. People are using goal mapping in sport, and we will be speaking with Katalin Konya later this evening and hearing from her about goal mapping and how it's helped her, and now how she is helping other people with goal mapping. And here next to Katalin, you can see her goal map, which she will talk us through later. If you're new to goal mapping, let me just briefly explain. The power of goal mapping comes from the unique combination of words and pictures that help to activate both sides of the brain. The left side of the brain, logical brain that likes to think with words, right side of the brain, creative brain that likes to think in pictures. And we absolutely need to use both to be at our best and to achieve our dreams. The words of a goal map help us to be consciously clear. And with words, we can be very exact, very precise. We can give quantity, how much, how many, by what time. The pictures in the goal map, the imagery, the visions, help us to stimulate the right side of our brain, creative brain, and through that to command our subconscious mind, which works like our own autopilot, to move us towards the things we desire to achieve. And it's using these two together that give the great power. And it's why goal mapping has reached more than 5 million people around the world, and even used by some of the world's leading coaches. If you examine goal mapping, goal setting books before the year 2000, what most of the goal setting books will tell you is to write your goals line after line after line after line, endlessly 100 times a day, and to repeat that day after day after day for a month or more. And the reason why all of the goal setting books before year 2000 recommend that process is because you have to repeat the words over and over and over for the words to have any meaningful impact on your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind is the autopilot. If you don't get your goal connected to your subconscious, it really doesn't move you forward towards the achievement of your goal. If you look at goal setting books after the year 2000, you'll find they're recommending dream boards and vision boards. And the reason for this is in the late 1980s and early 1990s, sports psychologists around the world started to realize visualization. So thinking a picture of what you want to achieve really helps athletes to program their subconscious, and their subconscious then works with them and helps them to achieve their goal. It gives them the edge, helps them to be their best. And once sports psychologists started to realize this and teach it to their athletes they were coaching, it quickly found its way into other forms of training. And so after year 2000, a lot of the personal development books start to talk about dream boards and vision boards. But many people that do a dream board and a vision board only have nice pictures, but no words. And it's like they're working with only half their brain. If you're only writing the words, you're only using the left brain. If you're only creating pictures, you're only using the right brain. You need the balanced combination of both. So you can be clear about your goal, left brain, and you can visualize your goal, right brain, and command it to your subconscious. This is actually a very ancient teaching. You'll find it in wisdom literature going back thousands of years around the world. But for some reason, it's missed in many modern psychological teachings. Even some of the top coaches in the world don't seem to understand this fundamental point. And many people are coming to me with a dream board or vision board. They have a lot of great pictures, but there is no words, no clarity, no action plan. Quite simply, goal setting is a science. There is a right way and a wrong way. And if you don't set the goal in the right way, and there are some specific things you need to do, like combinations in a lock that you need to get in alignment to unlock, to release the treasure chest of your potential and claim your riches. If you don't get all the things in alignment, you won't achieve the goal. Many people that don't understand this set a goal, they don't set it in the right way, and they become disheartened and they think they can't do it when really they probably could if only they set the goal in the correct way to begin with. In a goal map, we have a main focus, a main goal right in the middle of the map. And then on either side, we have more goals. Now, these can be from all different areas of your life, or they can all be focused on the one same area, such as a goal map for well-being, or a goal map for financial freedom, or a goal map for relationships. And then at the top of the map, we have the next important point, the motivating reasons why you want to achieve your goal. And these want to be the deeply emotional reasons, your sense of purpose for why it's important for you to achieve your goals. The more emotional the reasons, the more power you will feel in moving towards your goals, because we are motivated by emotion and not by logic. And then in the next step, when? We need a start date and we need a focus date, an achievement date that we can aim for. We don't always achieve our goal by the date that we set, but it's very important to have a date to aim for so that we can make a simple plan, a set of things we will do to move us along a path towards the achievement of our main goal. And then the final aspect is who? Whose help will we need to take the action to move along the path and achieve the goal? 7 simple steps of conscious creation. Sometimes we achieve things unconsciously. We're not aware of all of the different actions we go through to achieve the goal. If we are setting out to achieve something we've never done before, it's really important we go through these 7 steps. What is it we want to achieve? Right brain, sit down and have a little daydream about what it is you want to achieve. And there may be many things, of course. And so the second step is to work with your logical left brain to identify what is the priority. Which one thing, once achieved, will most help you to achieve some of the other things. And then to map it out in both words and pictures. And then in step 4, why? Why do you want it? What's the priority? Why is it important for you to achieve these goals? And then when and how and who. These 7 steps are the critical elements of conscious achievement. And the goal mapping process guides the user through asking these questions and then capturing their answers in both words and pictures. So it stimulates both sides of the brain, whole brain activation, which helps us then in conscious manifestation, that we take our thought and we turn it into reality. And so in the goal mapping certification program, we are teaching people how they can share goal mapping in business, in public groups, or in education. And we make all of the resources available, of course, for people to do that. Here in the online platform, we have a coach registry with coaches from around the world. Click on any of the coaches, it will open up into a full profile so you can read something about that coach. And the coach that I'm going to invite to unmute the microphone and to just be on screen with me is Catalin Konya. Are you there, Catalin? Would you like to unmute your microphone and camera so that we can bring you up on screen and you can share with the audience this evening a little about yourself and the great work that I know you've been doing. How are you? It's been a little while since we've connected, Catalin.
Yeah, I'm doing good, thank you.
And
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good and see you good. Where are you tonight, Catalin?
I'm sitting here at home in Denmark.
Okay. Now, I know quite a bit about you because we've been connected now for some years since I first met you, I think back 2013. But I know that the people here tonight would love to hear more about you and how goal mapping has helped you and the people that you have helped with goal mapping, the work that you're doing.
How much time do I
have? Would you like me to share the screen so that your goal map is up?
Yeah, actually you can. That was, I think, the easiest. Oh, I mean, so many different ways. Actually, I just, when I was talking with Vicky about coming today and share a little bit about goal mapping, I just realized that it's going to be 10 years ago that I created my first goal map.
Wow.
So I think I have to
didn't realize it was so long.
I have to pop a champagne soon.
You've had a baby since then?
Yeah, I became a mom since and won a few world championships. And yeah, basically my goal map, very first goal map was about winning the world championship in kickboxing. And it was back in 2013 when I first heard about the tour. I think I was at a Tony Robbins seminar in London, I believe. I'm not quite sure. I just remember that I was in a crowd and somehow I hear this, you know, your name, Brian Main, and goal mapping, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna check that out. So I bought a used book on I think it was Amazon. So I ordered the book. I remember I got it and I read it right away, like without any break. And I was like, I have figured this out. So I created this goal map you can see on the screen back in 2013, July. Yes. And this was about winning the world championship in kickboxing, which was a huge dream for me, because I've been training kickboxing since I was 6 years old. So it has been a part of my life, my entire life. It was a huge part of my identity as well. And I had a long break from kickboxing because of several reasons. And
8 years, I believe, an 8 years break from kickboxing.
Yeah, around 8 years where I didn't fight kickboxing on a competition level. So I did train other things, tried boxing. Meanwhile, I also moved from Hungary to Denmark. I decided to move to Denmark and study. And I started, it's like something you have a break, but you can get rid of the idea of getting back to it because, it's an unfinished business.
Yeah.
So I just didn't know how to get back to it because the disappointment I experienced in losing a really important competition, I convinced myself that I was not good enough to do it, to be a world champion.
Like a negative belief, a limiting belief.
Yes. And I was in that pattern, like it's not going good. So I totally pushed it away from me. But because it was such a big part of my identity, I just couldn't let go. I just had to find my way back to it, basically. And I started working with personal development for different reasons, not just for sport, but also because I was living in another country. I finished my education. I need to find. So I was in this. Let's figure out who I was and all these things. I jumped into personal development. I read many different kind of books and tried the tools. Writing things 100 times down in a notebook, and all these. And for some reason, some of them worked pretty good. Some of them didn't. And then I got the idea of goal mapping, and I created it, and it was really powerful for me. I'm very visual, so I'm that kind of person with creative thinking. I'm really not good at planning and all the other parts. But what I liked it with the tool, I liked it like how it challenged me on both in both areas. So I created it in 2013, and my plan was to win the World Championships in 2014. And my goal map didn't work as I planned because it already happened in 2013. So it
so you
happened
achieved the goal
earlier.
faster than you.
Yes.
That's a good problem to have. we call that quality problem.
Such a problem, right? So and I think that was the time also when I contacted you, and I wanted to go to a practitioner workshop, and I wrote you also an email that because of your fault I can't participate.
I remember you when you wrote me, you said something that stuck in my mind, which was that doing the goal map was like a supercharged visualization for you to help to program your subconscious, and gave you a little extra power with the championships.
It was a bit hard to hear what you said.
So I remember when you wrote me, you said that doing your goal map helped to program your subconscious. It was like a supercharged visualization for you, and that gave you extra power.
Yeah. Yeah, I always knew since I was a little kid, I had this idea, if I keep something in my head and repeat it, my upbringing, that I grew up in a competitive environment, when you train up for different championships, you have this repetition of you're gonna do it, and but somehow when I met the tool, things like fall into place, and I got the understanding, like, okay, how this whole thing works. And that's what it was like, wow, this aha moment, like, okay. And these days, because I used it a lot, I it's not always that I have to create a goal map, um, because I really, became good at visualization
Visualization. Yeah.
in many cases, but I still have to develop and be, follow the other part as well. But I have to say, I got better at it.
And you've helped a lot of people since becoming a practitioner. And what has been your main focus? What has been the thing that has pleased you most about teaching goal mapping to others?
Actually, it's really I've used it in different areas. Yeah, I work as a career consultant, and I've been doing that for almost 9 years now. And in that work, I used a lot for helping people to find their next job, or sometimes to find a purpose in what they want to do with their skills.
Yeah.
It's a really interesting topic. And actually the past I would say 1 year, I just got back from maternity leave last year in March, and it's been a year I've been working again. And I have to say, like, the quality of the conversations has changed a lot, because I maybe it's just because I attract these people to my office, but I share and talk so much with people about purpose, about not finding a job from, okay, these are my competencies. Of course, we have to have that, but what is your purpose?
The thing that makes your heart sing.
Exactly. Like this, finding your job from inside out.
Yeah.
And I had some really crazy conversations with people. So that's one of the way I do use it. The other way I use it, and actually I love it a lot, is I stopped my competing career in 2018. And I became a coach since. So I'm now training people. And I really put a lot of effort in the mental part of the training, because I believe that there are a lack. It's lacking. And I loved the work I can do with people, my athletes, my fighters.
So you're training boxers, kickboxers, sports people?
Yeah, both physically and mentally.
Hmm.
I
And you
have,
find
my
like
little.
the two are in harmony. So to be good with the physical, we also need to be
Yeah.
good with the mental. Yeah.
I mean, seriously, there is no, I don't, every single time when I have a training, I have, and I implemented that, because I became a trainer in my old club, where we have a leading coach, and I'm helping him, my previous coach. And I implemented this part in my trainings, where we reflect every time we finish my training and have to stretch. I invite them to this conversation to reflect on there, and we talk a lot about. I challenge them to have an intensity. They are trying to come to the training and jump 5 times because we say 5 times, but they don't think. They don't think about why do they show up. The first time I had to have a training with them, I remember I said to them in the beginning of training that at the end of the training, I will ask them about their purpose, and I want them to think through why do they decide to show up to my trainings or our trainings 3 times a week, 1.5 hours. And they have difficulties with that. And I'm talking about a fight team.
Because they haven't thought about their purpose in a deep level.
It's not something that is implemented in the clubs. What I see, it's not something the trainers use time on, and people are running around and writing quotes on their gyms and say like, "Ooh, kickboxing is 80% mental and 20% physical." And I'm asking, like, where is the 80% teaching then?
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
insane.
because the focus is mostly on the physical.
Only the physical.
Yeah. And I know you've inspired many young women to find their power and the thing that makes their hearts sing and to pursue their purpose. I know you've helped so many people because I've seen messages and posts on it, and we've stayed connected over the years. What's your goals and dreams for the future, Katalin?
It's good. It's so funny, this thing that you asked me, because you asked me before as well, and I think there were times where I couldn't tell you what were my goals because I went through some really difficult times in my life, and when I know that I have dreams and goals, then I know them on the right. I'm in the right place.
Yeah.
So I have many. So I mean, my biggest purpose is to be the mom I want to be present to my son,
Zach.
Zach, yeah. Make mental awareness also in the gyms more normal. Educate my fighters, not train them, but educate them, and tell them how they can bring the things they learn in the gym outside as well to their real lives.
In England, it has been in the news quite some times recently that some of the coaches in England for different sports have been too push and ego and the English word bully, that they're pressuring. But it sounds like with you, you're all about finding the purpose and the heart and encouragement.
I can be pushy. I have to.
I wouldn't want to be your enemy.
I have to be encouraging for my fighters. But what I think I really learned, and also not just with goal mapping, but the self-mapping part about who am I want to be as a coach. Who am I as a coach? And that element, how is it gonna show up in the gym? And as a human being, I have a high level of empathy, which in many situations, I think my colleagues, especially men, believe that it's a weakness. But I can see a shift in my fighters mentally, especially my men fighters. They're not used to this. They're not used to have someone who deeply try to understand what's going on with them. They're not used to that, but now they're opening up, and that's really cool.
What is it that you would say to any new people that were considering to become certified in goal mapping, to teach it, whether that's in sport or other areas? What advice would you give them?
The very first thing is to walk the path, to try it on yourself, because then you can relate to people when they go through. So I think, I mean, I learned to share my stories, and that people can relate to that. And sometimes it can be really good opening for people to share their stories. If you coach clients one-to-one, you have to create a safe space. And sometimes it starts with that you give a little bit of yourself. Yeah. I mean, many situations, but it always depends who is on the other side. I mean, you have to figure out who's sitting on the other side. A coaching session, you mentioned a little bit of this ego driven training, and I think sometimes you have to be ready to also look in the mirror, the right match for this person. You have to be ready for that as well. Even if you want to save the whole world. Practice on your own skin, and always reflect on the good things, reflect on the challenges you have been through, because all these learnings will guide you to the place you have to be as a coach.
And a final question tonight. What is it you most love about goal mapping? If there's just one thing, because you've been using it now for many years, you've helped many people, you have a lot of experience. I know that you've worked with it in many areas, not just sport, but there's the career coaching and other areas. So if there's one thing, what would you say you most love about it?
That I can take a piece of it, which is relevant for me, and use it. So I don't have to have the whole tool all the time.
Yeah.
I can just take a principle and say, I have to look at this principle in this case in order to get to the next part. So this really, I think that I love about it.
I know you've done some coachings for me and Vicky when there have been some new coaches coming through, and they've said, I'd really like to have a one-to-one coaching with Katalin.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for that. And there may be people that are viewing tonight that would love to contact you, and maybe they want to arrange a coaching directly with you. Is it okay if anyone that's watching tonight contacts you through the coach profile? Do you have your contact details there? Is that okay?
Sure. Yes, of course.
All right. Bless you, Katalin. You are such a star. I always enjoy speaking with you. Always make me smile. I send lots of love to you and to Zach and to Bettina.
Thank you, and have a really nice evening, and good luck with everybody.
Yeah, thank you.
And to everyone with the coaching, and share the love and share the tool.
Bless you, Katalin. Thank you for joining and making the time tonight. I know how busy you are. You take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So fantastic to hear from Katalin, and just gonna put the screen back to presentation mode, and we're going to cover now a section of content. And this section of content, Winds of Change, is one of the most important sections of content in the goal mapping workshop. And just a quick reminder for anyone that is new, that when you are learning goal mapping, you are learning both the principles of personal development as well as this whole brain activation system. And as Katalin said, sometimes you're just taking part of the program and sharing that to help empower someone, not necessarily teaching the whole program. This first section of the Winds of Change is in many ways a microcosm of the whole program. So it gives the big picture, if you like. My home is in the south of England in the Isle of Wight. A little arrow showing you where it is for those people in other countries that may not know where the Isle of Wight is. And then if we zoom in, here is a close-up of the Isle of Wight, and my home is over on the south side of the island at Ventnor. And every year there is a famous sailing boat race, a yacht race around the island. And they leave from Cowes on the north side of the island, and they sail all of the way around and back to Cowes. And here's a picture that I took from my balcony, because my home is right on the seafront, and so I'm overlooking the sea. And as the yachts are coming past my home, because it's out on the point of the island, often the wind is changing direction, and instead of the wind being with the yacht, it's blowing against the yacht. And it's not what the sailors want. But if the crew have a skill, and if the captain understands how to read the conditions, no matter which way the wind is blowing, they're able to adjust the set of the sail, the angle of the boat. And regardless of which way the wind blows, they can capture the force of good created by the wind. They can capture the opportunity created by the wind, and they can use that to power them on their journey in their chosen direction. I believe it's a great analogy for how life is for each of us. And we are each of us on a voyage. We're each of us on a little journey through life. And the conditions, the wind of change, will alter many times along our journey. We cannot control which way the wind blows, which direction it comes from, and how strongly the wind is. But what is always within our power is to adjust the set of the sail. And I believe this is how it is for each of us in life. As we move through life, conditions change. But regardless of what is happening in our life, we can choose the set of the sail. And in life, the personal set of the sail for each of us is to choose our thoughts. And by choosing our thoughts, we can influence our feelings. We can have emotional mastery. And in turn, that helps us to influence and choose our best behavior in response to the conditions we face. It means that we are being the captain of our own life. And Stefan, whose funeral I was at today, so embodied these principles throughout his days, right up until the end. As Mary Louise said today at the funeral, he was choosing his response to the situation that he found himself in. And what is important throughout our life is that we know where we wish to go. Having a goal is like having a beacon of light by which we steer our course. And in a fast changing world, and the world we live in today is changing faster than ever before, it is more important than ever before. Throughout history, it is more important than ever before to be clear about where you want to go and what you want to do. And when the world changes fast, it creates opportunities, but it also creates difficulties. For the people that know where they want to go, they see and seize the opportunities created by change. For the people that are not clear where they want to go, the wind of change becomes a storm that drives them. Many people feel driven by the storm of change, and they find themselves on some distant shore where they never really wanted to be, but they've been washed there by the winds of change because they were never clear to begin with about where they really wanted to go. Having a goal is like having a beacon of light by which we constantly make adjustments with the varying changes that come to our life, so that we can gradually move ever closer towards our chosen desires. And this is what a goal map does, helping us to be clear about what we want and where we want to go and why it's important to us. And it's with great pleasure that I now invite our second guest this evening, Miriam, to be sharing with us how she is finding goal mapping and choosing to use it within her own life. And so, Miriam, a very great pleasure to have you here this evening. Thank you so much for joining, one of our newer coaches, but actually I think it's a great testimony that we've known each other for many years, and just in these recent times, even though you've known goal mapping for a long time, you've chosen now to start teaching it and sharing it to others. And I'm super impressed, Miriam, with how quickly you've been learning the principles and the great passion you have to share goal mapping with others. So would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself, your experience of goal mapping, and your focus with it for the future?
Yes, I will. We've met for the very first time when you just started to develop goal mapping. So that's the one thing I regret the most, that I didn't participate on this level at that time, what I do now. But maybe it was just the timing and
meant to be, maybe.
Yeah, maybe it is, and it was in the time. I believe I was 20 years old or something like that. Was my first experience in personal development, and I was always wondering when I had to choose some profession, what it was that I really, really would love to do. And I was in this event. That was my first experience, and I was like, oh, wow, this is what I want to do. If I could make a wish right now, that is what I really, really love to do. But my insecurities were, in the, how do you say it? Dominated me. And the little voices in my head and my fear of failure and lack of experience, of course. So I put it on the side, and over the years I tried many things, and then at some point we choose to involve in network marketing, and the results were great. And then after a while, we quit that, and many years we didn't do anything in network marketing. And it was, I believe, 8 years ago, we started again, and it was really tough, and we got stuck. And then at some point we remembered goal mapping. So that's what we did. We created our goal map because when we do something, we want to go to the top. And so we made this goal map. And from that point, the most amazing things happened to us. For me, it was not only a really, really impressive way to set goals, and very effective. And I'm also very visual, so it was my cup of tea, of course. But
It's such an English thing, my cup of tea.
yeah, with the
Bingo.
yeah, but what impressed me the most about the whole system, because when people hear this goal mapping, they only think, oh, it's just a way of goal setting, but it's much more than that. Yeah, you set goals in a very effective way, but on the side, you notice you get much more confidence in yourself, and the fear of failure is going to the background. So you overcome certain fears, and in this system, you can really make a very specific action plan to follow up, to-do lists. So the whole package was so impressive for me. And I saw many, many things over the years in personal development. And for me, there was something missing. And when I got in touch with you, and you showed me the whole story and everything, what it contains, I was really like, oh, wow, why didn't I know it was that, how do you say it, distinguished? Is that a good word? Yeah, I don't know. My English is sometimes... But yeah, I was really like, oh, wow. And we did this life purpose goal map. And then, yeah, it was so clear to me. This is my life purpose. I knew it when in 1995, but I didn't recognize it. And now, thanks to you and thanks to the life purpose goal map, I made my decision to share this with the whole world, because I really believe everybody should know about this system, because it's really amazing. And my story, why I was really convinced, was we were in Las Vegas. We had an event. We had
You and your husband, Mario?
Yeah, Mario and I. You know him even better than you know me. Because you work together. And then they told at this event, this was our network marketing event, and they told the audience, you can qualify for the Diamond Retreat, and you go to Mexico in a really great resort, and we pay for everything. And I was, what? Why didn't we know that? So we had to go. We had a pretty good rank at that moment, and the next rank was Diamond. So and we started 15 months before that. So I looked at my husband and I said to him, we are going to Mexico. And he was yeah, but there's a lot we have to do, and we have a month, because it was 1 month or 1.5 months after that event. And I said, I don't care. We are going to make a goal map. We are going to do the ritual, the goal map ritual, the 30-day challenge. We are going to share this with our team, because when our team is successful, we are successful. So that's what we did. And the end date was the 30th of November in 2016. And this event was half October, something like that. And we managed it on the 3rd of November.
Wow.
Now this is the goal map you see here. In the middle is the resort and the diamond pin you get when you do the
Okay.
promotion. So, and this was for me such a great confirmation. It really works. I had many more experiences with goal mapping and reaching the goals because of this. But then I need a couple of hours, so I'm not going to do that right now. But this was really remarkable, and after that it got me thinking, and I was like, there are so many people struggling in their life. Everybody deserves to get the most out of life, and everybody can reach that if they know how. So as I told before, it became clear to me, this is what I have to do. This is what I want to do. This is what I love to do. I'm going to spread this all over the world. And that's why I decided to get trained by you and to become goal mapping facilitator. And I have... how do you say it? I really love the network marketing industry. And that's one thing I like to do. I like to help the people to reach their goals and show them how they can do it with the system. And on the other side, I really love helping young people, the millennials, because they have so much struggles and so much things they have to choose from. How do you say it? This gives a lot of stress for those people, and they get really blurred and confused. So I really would love to help them as well, and everybody who wants to be coached by me and can deal with me, because I'm very excited and all over the place. And a no-nonsense girl. And I'm so excited.
When you first experienced goal mapping, I think was 1996.
Yeah.
When I was in Holland teaching goal mapping, there was I think the first ever country where I taught goal mapping outside of England, and it was very basic. And so I'm not surprised that it didn't connect fully with you at that time, even though maybe it was interesting, you could feel something, see something, but it was not developed. And if now we only had paper goal mapping where you could draw, do you think it would be as powerful for you, or is it the fact that you can use the pictures that has become meaningful with the online system?
For me, it's way more powerful to do it with pictures, because especially because we have internet and you can find the most beautiful pictures.
Yeah.
So you can, and also you can use personal pictures. When you see my goal map, you see me speaking on stage, and that's way more powerful than some random person.
Is that on the second how? Yeah.
And on the top, on the left, it's me standing like this, and I remember how I felt at that moment. So that's really important, that you feel the picture. That's the whole idea behind the picture. When I look at my pictures, then I see my visualization in my head. So it's a picture, but it's a movie. You
Yeah,
see?
yeah, it's more
Yeah,
than a picture.
it moves. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a really important point, Miriam, because, and it was something I didn't fully understand
Yeah.
till it was explained to me by a brain scientist, that when you have like a selfie picture you like, or family picture you like, or maybe a picture of a place you love, like a house you love or a place you love to live, that picture is already ingrained in your brain. And so when you see it in your goal map, it's triggering a lot of power. It's triggering the feelings, like you said, no, this is me and I'm here.
Yeah.
I can imagine how it feels for you when you see the picture of you on stage.
Yeah.
Because when I see a picture of me on stage, like I had one earlier from a summer party here in Sweden where Stefan and Mary Louise were in the audience, it's instantly triggering the feeling.
Yeah.
And it's a combination of the thought and the feeling that are powerfully commanding your subconscious mind to move it towards the goal. And of course, if you're believing in law of attraction, it's attracting the goal towards you. And I think it's fantastic.
Yeah. But
You
also,
can goal map and achieve such a big goal with the diamond.
but also what really impressed me was the science behind goal mapping. What is the whole brain activation and what is happening in your brain with the serotonin and the brain cell connections. And I was like, wow, because I was a fan of the law of attraction, but also I was missing something. And now I got this explanation, the science, what is really going on. And through those brain cell connections, you get more vision, you get more ideas, you get better in planning, you name it. And that's really happening. You, how do you say it? When something comes along, you are very clear, I have to act on this because this is connecting to my goal. And before I did this, I didn't recognize the things I have to act on. So that's really, really why I love to get myself trained in this. I need some logical explanation and not just because somebody made it up or something like that. You see? So yeah.
Need some proof, some science. Yeah, I agree.
And what I also love, because normally when you sign in for how do you say it, a training?
Yeah.
In this case, we had to become a goal mapping coach, facilitator. Then normally you pay the amount, you get the lessons, and that's it. Maybe you will have some community on Facebook or something like that. But what really impressed me is that you are still do the things for us to become better, and not only as a coach, but also in the marketing and also in setting up complete programs, complete courses. If I mail Vicky, then the same day and maybe the same hour, I get my answer. And that's so impressive. That's, I didn't expect this at all. So thank you for that, because I really feel heard and you help me when I need it. And yeah.
I remember in your training, you asked so many questions.
Yeah, I'm really annoying.
No, it's lovely. And I love that you have the passion to want to help so many people. And as I said, I'm very impressed with you, actually.
Thank you.
You're very committed, very dedicated. And me and Vicky are in this lifetime. You know, it's not just full-time, it's lifetime. Yeah. And once someone is joining the community, they are in the community and the help is ongoing, and there is no extra payments. People join, they pay for their training, but then it's continuing for as long as they want it. And who are the people that you most want to help for the future, Miriam? Who are your ideal clients?
Yeah, I mentioned this a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
I really would love to help, for one part, the people in the network marketing industry and in business, not just network marketing, but I know a lot of that industry because I was for many years part of the leadership, and I was on stages, invited on stages all over the world to inspire thousands of people. So I really know what I'm talking about, and I know what they have to deal with. And so I really would love to help those network marketers who feel like they are getting stuck in somehow and don't know why that is, or maybe they see people start a business really excited and motivated, and after a while it's like whoop, and they are gone. And that's such a shame, because when they get to know this system, I'm so very positive that there will be momentum for them, and many more people can succeed, because this is really a step-by-step plan, and you need that in every business. So that's really what I'm now focusing on. I'm developing a complete program for networkers in the goal mapping area, a team, we call it a team, and with many training videos. That's a lot of work, but I really love to do it. And what I said to you, everybody who wants to live their life, who are dealing with insecurity, with fears, with procrastination behavior, they can come to me, because if they see this and start to work with this, every single one who I coached with this till now, they are all in the beginning like, but I don't know if I can come up with the goals, and I don't know, but okay, let's try. And after the session, they are all like, wow, what did you do with me? Because I could shake like this, and it came up like that. So and they all are really excited, and everybody I talk about this to, they all say, oh wow, that's very interesting. They really like to know this. So and young people I love them, and I want them to show what my mistakes were in life, and I can tell them not to do the same mistakes. So now I can say, I can do something with my life experience. And I'm now 55 years old, and I'm more driven, motivated, how do you say it, than ever before.
And you look fabulous for 55. Fabulous.
Thank you so much.
And I know
I do this in a goal map. I visualize that my face
been a health and weight coach as well in the past, I believe.
Yeah, I struggled all my life with my weight, and it really depressed me. It's really hard to lose a little bit of weight, and it's very easy to gain weight for me because of my thyroid. But I also believe, Mario, my husband, always says to me, it's in your head. You do it yourself. You sabotage yourself. And now I did this goal map for losing weight for myself, and it works. I don't know yeah, I know how, but it's really it's now it's a lifestyle for me, and I'm not frustrated or depressed by it. I really enjoy the journey, and I'm more patient now, and I yeah. So yeah, I really that's also a niche I can really help because of my own struggles and own experience and own benefits because of goal mapping.
Yeah, and it's what I love about the community here. It's authentic. You know,
Yeah.
people are teaching goal mapping based on their own experience, whether that's your experience of being successful in network marketing, your map is there and you are the proof of that, or it's with weight loss or any other area. There are coaches helping people in so many ways. Now, if people want to contact you directly and ask you for coaching, is the best way for them to contact you by going to the coach profile you have in Goal Mapping Online and your details are there?
Yeah, they are there. Yeah.
And last final point from you, some words of wisdom that you would leave people with this evening?
There is no dream too big. That's I believe, yeah, for everybody. But you have to work with it, you have to believe in it, and that's what you are going to learn in this whole goal mapping process. Because in the beginning you start to believe it, but later on you are getting convinced, and that's the most important thing. Because if you're not convinced, then your subconscious thinks that's the truth. So so that's really important, and I really believe you all can turn the invisible into the visible. And maybe you think, goal, I set goals in my head, that's okay. No, it's not okay. You really need to do it the right way, like Brian told us before. And imagine that that's something. When I don't want to set goals, then I remember this, what I'm going to share now. Imagine you have to play a soccer game and you are on a field and there are no goals. So how then can you score and have success
Where
in
do you
the
kick
game?
the ball?
That's impossible. You need to set goals in the right way to reach them. So that's
Very good. Very good. Well done.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
Miriam. Lovely to see you tonight, and you look very, very well.
Thank you so much.
I'm sure you're going to have a lot of success going forward. Thank you
Yeah,
for sharing your time. Give my blessings to Mario.
I will, and thank you so much, and Vicky, for all the things you do for all of us, and my condolences to Marie-Louise. Do I say it right? Yeah, it's really sad, and I hope Stefan is looking now and do this.
Yeah, I'm sure he is, and he so loved the community.
Yeah,
To help everyone here, and it's for me the thing that has become so important in my life. It's not just teaching goal mapping, but it's this community of like-minded people, heart-centered, all different, but all united because they want to make a difference in the world. And goal mapping is one of the tools they use. Bless you, Miriam, for joining us tonight and sharing your heart and your wisdom. It's been lovely to be with you on the journey over these last years. I wish you lots of love.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye-bye. So let us move on with the presentation. And into what is maybe one of the most important sections of content from the goal mapping program, which is the power of positive thinking. And quite simply, all of us have billions of brain cells, and each of our brain cells or neurons are represented here on the screen by the black dot, grows these arms and branches, which are called dendrite, a little tau in blue, which is called an axon. And when we have a thought, the thought is starting in the middle of the brain cell. It travels out along the arms and branches. It wants to connect with another branch and brain cells, so we form a pattern of thought. But there is a small gap that separates all of the brain cell arms. It's called the synaptic gap. And here is the key point. And I'm so pleased that Miriam mentioned this, that it was understanding a little of the science that gave power for her. It was the same for me when I was first introduced to the science of positive thinking. It was understanding this simple science that helped me to believe and to know why setting goals was important. When you have a positive thought, when you choose to think positively, and it is a choice, even in the toughest of situations. And I was talking to Stephane's wife, Marie-Louise, earlier today, who was telling me that even in his darkest times, he was choosing to think positively about his situation. And when you choose a positive thought, that positive thought starts in the middle of the brain cell. It travels along the arms and it releases a chemical into our brain and body called serotonin. And serotonin is the chemical that produces the feeling of happiness. If you take an antidepressant drug such as serotonin, such as Prozac, it will release serotonin and give you the feeling of happiness. If you choose to work with your mind, if you use your God-given free will, your natural ability to choose your thoughts, it also triggers the release of serotonin. Think something positive, and within a few moments, you will start to feel happy. Even in a sad situation, if you focus your mind onto a happy memory, you will start to feel happy in the moment. I experienced it even today in the middle of deep sadness by picturing a happy memory of Stephane. Within a few moments, it changed the way that I was feeling. The other important benefit of thinking positive that is completely missed by so many people is that serotonin is a neuroconductor. It joins the brain cells together. It allows the thought to continue on its journey, activate parts of our brain, and it produces those light bulb moments where we have new ideas, new inspirations, and we find new ways to move forward. We find answers to problems. Whenever you have one of those inspirational moments where a new idea comes, it is the joining of two or more brain cells. And as the brain cells join, they release the serotonin. It gives you the good feeling. You have the idea, you feel motivated. And then just a short time afterwards, the brain cells separate again. And as the brain cells separate, the idea will begin to fade. The motivation begins to wane. And this is why it's so important to understand the science of goal setting. Because when we set a goal, we help the brain cells to fire together. And as the brain cells fire together, gradually they wire together. If you imagine at the end of each brain cell is like blue tack, and the more often you fire the brain cells by reminding yourself of the good idea, by telling yourself the goal, by picturing it in your mind, by visualizing it, so you establish the brain cell connection. And as the connections become established, so it helps you to grow your belief. A belief is simply the established connection between two or more brain cells. Your belief in yourself, your belief about life, your belief about a spirit or any aspect of life is simply the established connection between two or more brain cells. Setting goals, reminding yourself, this is what I would do, this is where I'm going, this is what I choose, helps you to build that brain cell connection. And as you build your brain cell connection, so you build your belief from an opinion through to a feeling of certainty. And the more connections we make, the more we are able to activate both sides of our brain, both our right creative brain, so we have a good vision of our future, and our left logical brain, so we can make a plan of how we achieve the vision. When we bring these two aspects of our mind together, vision and planning, so we become effective at turning our thoughts into realities, that we are able to consciously create or manifest our desires. A brain balance is not static like a set of scales. It is dynamic, like the infinity sign, one side influencing the other side. If you think you can, you probably will. If you think you cannot, if you think negatively about yourself, about your life, about your ability to achieve your dreams, if you think negatively, then you release a different chemical into your brain, cortisol. Cortisol is a stress hormone. It's released as part of your fight or flight response. It produces the emotion of sadness, fear, and it is a neuroinhibitor. The more negative you become, the more your brain and your body starts to shut down. And it's why people go into stress. And the more stressed we become, the more damage it does to our body. In modern life, the answers to life's modern problems are found by staying positive, because life's modern problems, like increasing our income, finding meaning in life, helping our loved ones to be happy, life's modern problems require a creative solution. We do not find the answers to life's modern problems by being in fear, by being in the fear response, survival instinct. We find answers to life's modern problems by staying positive, goal setting, and in particular, goal mapping helps us to form those brain cell connections that in turn helps us to activate the whole of our brain, left brain and right brain, whole brain activation, helping us to be effective in turning our thoughts into realities. Two main aspects to our mind, conscious mind and subconscious mind. Our subconscious mind is enormously powerful. And the analogy we use to help children understand this is that your subconscious mind is like a magical genie. It can do amazing things. It can help your wishes come true, but it cannot wish for you. You must command the genie. And with your conscious mind, you are master of the magic lamp, creating your goal map in words and pictures, helps to command your subconscious mind, because your subconscious responds to imagery much more than words. Your subconscious has great power, but the one thing it cannot do is make choices or value judgments. It follows your strongest thought. And this is where sometimes some people go into self-sabotage, because instead of thinking about what they want, they think about what they fear. They think about the hole in the ground, and without realizing, they move themselves towards the hole rather than where they want to go. A goal map helps us to find the balance between being aware of the dangers and the negative in life, but staying firmly focused on the positive of where we want to go, what we want to do, and what it is we wish to achieve. And by staying focused on the positive, it helps us to move towards it. A goal map created in words and pictures, activating the whole brain, helps us stay focused on the positive while being aware of the negative. And it's why after 28 years, I'm still creating my own goal maps and action plans, because it is not knowing this information that makes it work. It is working this information that makes it work. And when you create a goal map, you are working it. And just like has been said by our guest coaches this evening, a goal map does this in a particularly powerful way, because the words and the pictures are helping to stimulate both sides of the brain. In the goal mapping certification, we help people to make both group presentations as well as the one-to-one coaching, and the resources support people to work in person, physical if they wish, on paper, as well as virtually online. And there are many tools in the online system, such as the online journal, the life balance checker system, so you can check your life balance and see which areas of your life may benefit most from a focused goal map. You can record your life balance checks into the journal, and you can create multiple goal maps. In the Gold Lounge, we have focused recordings and workshops covering all of the different important life areas. So whether you wish to set a goal for increasing harmony in your relationships, or well-being in yourself, financial freedom, happiness, self-esteem, finding your purpose, living your best life, click into any of the coaching rooms and you will find there the additional information for how you set a goal in these important areas. You'll find inspiring interviews and a deep dive into the principles that are the founding support of the goal mapping system. Whatever type of coaching you may feel drawn to, whatever lift you want to give to your own life, or whatever information you want to spread around the world, goal mapping is a universal. Even the world's leading coaches, such as Anthony Robbins, have endorsed the system, saying that goal mapping creates a great blueprint for success, sustainable success. Many times we will experience random chance success. Sustainable success is lifelong. It's the type of success that is enjoyed over many years and is always purposeful. Whether you are drawn to work within business, education, network marketing, general public, sports coaching, the goal mapping certification can help and support you. Whether you want to work one-to-one or in group, we have materials and a program that can help you help the people that you most care about. It is a complete business in a box. It's an international license for whichever country you live in, whichever area you choose to work with. There is a full resource center, including manuals and guides, step by step, that will guide you through the process. 7 weeks is all it takes to become certified as a goal mapping coach. You can even fast track and do it sooner if you wish to. And we have video recordings as well as live sessions. And so for the people that wish to fast track, they can watch the recordings. And there are many going back over many weeks and months, covering all the important areas. And you can access the resource center of marketing materials, PowerPoints, videos that support you in running the business. You learn to coach goal mapping online or physical. We have a special coaching center where you can set up one-to-one coaching pages. This is a screen grab of my coaching center. And if I open up one of the coaching pages, such as this one here with Dave Baxter, who's a life coach in England, but is wanting to be a certified goal mapping coach, you can see we have private messaging system, or I can open up Dave's goal map and I can check his goals and give him feedback. And likewise here with Kristen from Norway. And all of the materials you need, whether you want to coach online or you want to coach physically one-to-one in person on paper, we supply them all as part of the program. If you want to run workshops, we have an online workshop builder, which is what Miriam was talking about earlier, where she's now creating her own online goal mapping workshop and product, uploading her own video and materials for people to use. And so this is a product that she can build, like this one that I've built for one of my network marketing clients. And it's a self-development as well as business opportunity. It's a business in a box. We even have a new sales funnel marketing system that is included within the training package, so that you have all the things you need to coach people one-to-one, run online workshops, and also to market those workshops, reach out into the world and attract people back into your training. As part of the training, you will be guided to create your own goal maps. And in creating your own goal maps, and we recommend 7 goal maps for the different areas of your life, plus a goal map for your business, plus a life map. And in mapping out your own goals in a series of group coaching and one-to-one coaching, you form the brain cell connections that help you to create an enhanced neural net, a set of brain cell connections that help you to see more clearly your life purpose, feel more confident in your self-esteem, and to be more empowered in your daily actions to move towards your goals. You will also receive the training to create your own life map and to teach life mapping to others. The professional certification covers you for both goal mapping with adults, life mapping with adults, and both of those, if you wish to teach to young people, the youth coaching program. Complete resource center of training materials, downloads and guides, one-to-one coaching with chosen coaches, as well as group coaching led by me and some of my top coaches, and all of the support materials, including your own online coach profile, which is open to the internet. and you use it like your own marketing page or mini website, plus links so you can use Affiliate Center. And the Affiliate Center allows you to reach out into the world, draw people back into goal mapping through your affiliate links. So they are connected with you, and you're able to introduce people to goal mapping online. And if they choose to upgrade, then you profit from their investment in themselves. In the coach training profiles, you're able to show your version of goal mapping and say something about yourself. It's a simple 7-week process to do the coach training, 4 group sessions, 3 one-to-one sessions. The one-to-one sessions are with our focused coaches such as Catalin and others. And in addition, you have lifetime membership to the Academy. You've seen many people here tonight. It's a money-back guarantee if you're not completely happy, because we only want satisfied people in the community. This is for life. It's not for a short time. It's not part-time. It is for life. And so if you're not completely happy, it's a complete money-back guarantee. Nothing to pay afterwards. No license renewal. And once you're in the system, you're in the system. And all of the new things we create are made available to you. It is the life skills toolbox. And whatever type of coach you may be, whatever your dreams, whatever your aspirations, whatever type of people you want to help, helping your people achieve their goals is the key. When you help someone achieve their goal, not only is it a fantastic feeling, but you create a raving fan. When you help someone to achieve the goal, you're helping someone do something very special in their life. And the experience for me and for many other people is those people you help want to go and tell other people. And the best form of marketing is raving fans. It's word of mouth recommendation. People that want to go and shout loudly about how much you have helped them and how other people should work with you. And so I hope you will find your passion and power within the goal mapping. Miriam said something very important earlier on. Go try it for yourself. I think Catalin said the same thing. Experience the power for yourself. And in experiencing the power for yourself, it will help you form the belief that you want to share this with other people, whether in corporate, public, education, whichever area you wish, whether you want to work one-to-one in groups or even a big audience as a keynote speaker. We have the program that can help you achieve your dreams. And if you would like to know more, then please do contact me and Vicky. We would love to share the information with you. There are many people such as Emily here in Italy who've made it their main career and in fact have become famous within their own country and areas by teaching goal mapping. Emily working with students, as with John here in Scotland, helping people in their apprenticeships. All of the materials are including with the program, such as the family material and the youth coaching. We include upgrade codes so that you can move your customers from the free level to the premium level, and the life mapping system also included in the training so that you can offer your clients multiple coaching sessions covering both goal mapping and life mapping, as Risha has done here from Norway, working with life mapping as well as goal mapping. The price is comparatively low if you go and look at other coaching training programs around the world. The certified coach program, just 1,500, including everything. The upgrade codes that we provide in the program equal more than the cost of the program. Just the codes alone equal more than the cost of the program. Or if you're taking the certified facilitator program, you get the coaching included in that. Each level of the program includes the level beneath it. And many people starting at the facilitator level, and it includes the coach level. Other people starting at the coach level and then moving up to the facilitator level. The difference between the two is at the coach level, it's about learning the one-to-one coaching, for coaching people with goal mapping and life mapping. And at facilitator level, it's about learning the content so that you can present a workshop, half-day workshop, 4 hours, as well as the coaching. And of course, have that workshop online if you wish, in the special workshop builder that we have, as well as being able to run it in person on paper. And then with the practitioner program, full one-day workshop and conference speaker information so that you can present goal mapping to very big audiences. In the affiliate system, there is also a commission system so that if you're introducing people to goal mapping, you are receiving commissions for that. 20% commission at coach, 30% commission at facilitator, 40% commission on anybody joining goal mapping at any level at the practitioner level. If you're interested to know more, please do book a call. Myself and Vicky will be very happy to speak with you and show you how you can personalize this program to your particular needs, answer all your questions so that you feel completely happy to step into the training with us, be part of the great community. And I think you can see from this evening how this community look to support each other, stay together and make a difference in the world. Thank you for joining. It's been a little different for me to present this tonight, having been to the funeral of Stefan today, and he is sorely missed, but has been such a great light within the community. I hope you join us. I wish you lots of love. Say goodbye for now. Take care. God bless everyone. See you again soon.